Hello my friends, this is David Ha'ivri, Israel tour guide. Thank you for joining me today. I am at the Western Wall Plaza. Just a second, you see the flags, the Israeli flags behind me and the Jewish quarter behind me. We're going to take a short walk around the Western Wall Plaza, check out what's going on here, and then we're going to walk from here to the Jaffa Gate. Check out the market there and also pay attention to where there are restrooms and facilities, and we're going to see some amazing work that's being done in the street that's called the David Street and the Chain Street to make that area accessible for people with wheelchairs and mobility limitations. There's some great renovations that have taken place there in the Shuk, in the market, the bazaar. So we're going to take note of that as well. Now I'll flip over the camera so you can see what I see and enjoy the tour. As always, you are very welcome to ask any questions, write in the comment section. This video is not live streaming. Here we see one of the 4 checkpoint entrances to the Temple Mount, to the slip of the tongue. There is an entrance to the Temple Mount just next to this entrance. There's a security check, and in this gray building there's a security check for going up to the Temple Mount along this bridge into the Mugrabi Gate. Some Jewish people just entered there. It's open certain hours during each day, and this is a security check entering the Western Wall Plaza. There are 4 entrances to the Western Wall Plaza. This is the southern entrance near the Dung Gate, near the Shar HaShpot, near the bus. If you take the public bus to the Western Wall, you'll be entering through this gate and exiting through here to the bus again. And then over here in this little building in front of us near the truck, there's another entrance security check from the Jewish quarter, which is above us. This whole hill over here, the Western Hill, is the Jewish quarter, and there's an entrance over there. And there's another entrance, another 2 entrances on this side. We're going to pass by one and walk in through the other. This new building in front of us is the Western Wall Heritage Center. The new building, it's called the Liba, and the roof of the building will be another viewpoint on to the Western Wall Plaza. The Western Wall is just to this side, to the east, when we'll come back and look at the Western Wall. But before that, I'd like to notice this closed off construction area just in front of us. You might have noticed this closed area moves around at different places in the Western Wall Plaza, the entire plaza, and you might be curious and ask, what is this, and what is this crane on the top? What is that doing? Well, there's an excavation. This whole area, the new building, the Liba, and the entire Western Wall Plaza, all the way up to the Western Wall, has all been excavated underneath us. So we are standing on beams. This whole plaza is beams, and underneath there's excavation down to the stone, and this opening, this door here behind the fenced off area, is for bringing out earth and stone and things that are being lifted from the excavation. So here is an insider's view of what's going on. As we walk around, we might see construction workers. There's actually construction going on under our feet, just below us. This entire area, this entire platform is built up on beams, and at different places we can see openings in the floor, trap doors, for bringing out the material that's being dug in the excavation below us. And this whole area is going to be opened up to visitors. So, and it will be administered by the Western Wall Heritage Center, or it is. They currently have 4 different tours underground. See the trap door over here? This is the same idea. This is an opening for bringing out materials. And in front of us we can see a fenced off area of construction. This could also be an entrance into areas that are being excavated below us. And over here in front of us in the Strauss building is the Western Wall tunnels site. So through this entrance we can get into the different areas that are open for tourists underground. And here again we're walking towards the Western Wall. The Western Wall operates under the responsibility of the Western Wall Heritage Center as an Orthodox Jewish synagogue. So on the left side we see the men's section where men are praying, and on the right side is the women's section. Here we can see women entering into this section. In the Orthodox community, in the Orthodox synagogue, men and women pray in separate sections, in separate areas. And that is one of the issues of a debate regarding the Western Wall being accessible to all Jews, because there are Jewish communities, the conservative and reform, the progressive, who pray men and women together, and women read the Torah, which is not common in the Orthodox community. So they too, the progressive, also wish to have an area where they can pray at the Western Wall, men and women together, and for women to be able to read from the Torah. And that is not the case at this part of the Western Wall. This is just a very brief visit at the Western Wall, so we won't go into too much detail. Every time that I do a video tour here, I'll try to speak about more topics that have to do with the Western Wall. I recently did a stand-on video just viewing the activity at the Western Wall, and spoke a bit about the culture or the different peoples who frequent this place. It's also very interesting seeing all the different types of people who come to the Western Wall. Here above us we see a third entrance security check for the Western Wall. We're not going to walk up the steps here, we're going to walk out of the fourth entrance, but we'll pass by the other side of the entrance inside the Shuk. And here you can see under the police station at the Western Wall Plaza there are restrooms, women to the left, men to the right. So if you need the restroom, it is no steps, it's on the plaza, it is accessible for people in wheelchairs, plenty of room inside. It's maintained by the Western Wall Heritage Foundation and usable. We're now walking through the tunnel on Rehov Haggai, the Haggai Street. We've passed through here on different video tours that I've done already. This time will be a little different. We've walked through this tunnel, which is this is part of the Haggai Street, the El Wad, the valley. And this is one of the security checks, one of the 4 security checks entering the Western Wall. So we've walked through this tunnel when we've walked straight up the Rehov Haggai all the way to Shar Shechem, which is just in front of us. Today we're not going to go to Shar Shechem, we're going to turn right here, and we're going to get on Rehov HaShalshelet, the chain street, which becomes David Street. And it's straight up from the street ahead of us to the Jaffa Gate. That is our destination today. Here we see that there is a police station. Notice the sign says Israeli Police, Holy Places Police Unit. Notice the holy with 2 L's. I don't know what that is about. But in any case, this is the police that are responsible for the holy places, for the Temple Mount, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Western Wall. This little street, pathway, I don't know if it has a name. I haven't found it yet. At some point I might figure that out. Now here to our left, we have the Temple Mount.
Yes,
this is the chain gate. This is one of the entrances into the Temple Mount, and one of the 10 entrances to the Temple Mount. 9 of the 10 are open only to Muslims. So the police here check the IDs of people who are entering to see who they are. And recently some Jewish people have dressed as Muslims in order to be able to enter through these gates. These gates are open 24/7 for Muslim people. And the Mughrabi gate, which we saw earlier, is the only gate that non-Muslims are allowed to enter. And it's open only certain hours from Sunday through Thursday. Notice the pastel colors of the gates, the doors of these different stores. That is a part of an idea of the municipality to beautify the Shuk, the market in the old city. And here, as we're walking we're on the Rehov HaShalshel, the chain street. We're passing by some Mamaluk buildings, which are very beautiful, and we'll do a tour about that at a different time. If we were to exit the Western Wall Plaza through the 3rd security check up the stairs, we would have come out from here. Instead, we walked through the tunnel and then around until we reach this place. So we're now on the chain street. We're facing west towards the Jaffa Gate. The Jaffa Gate is the only gate on the western side of the walls of the old city of Jerusalem. This street caters more to tourists and to locals. There are other streets in the old city that cater more to locals, and we've passed through some of them on my video tours, and we will be doing some more of that. Now here we see an older version of the accessibility. We see these ramps in the middle of the stepped area. These boys are looking for dice for backgammon. All right, here is one men's restroom. This is municipal. It's open to the public. And I'm pretty sure we're going to come up to a women's restroom if we didn't miss it. But don't worry, even if we did miss it, I know that there's another one up ahead, not too far. So we're still on the chain street, and this entire street is built on a bridge.
What's with that?
The bridge leading from the western hill or the western mountain to the eastern mountain. The western mountain is Mount Zion, Khan al-Sultan. Here there's a ladies' room here, but it seems to be closed. I'm not sure why that is, but there's another one up ahead of us in any case. Here, this little turn off. We turn to the right, then we turn to the left again, and now the street has become David Street. If you look at the map, you'll see there's a little type of junction in the middle where the road turns right and left, or left and right, depending on which direction you're coming from. And here the market, Shuk Al Bazaar, is much more tourist orientated, and actually pretty quiet now. Pretty quiet now because the tourism is down. It's just a very quiet winter day, and we're not yet out of the COVID restrictions. Hopefully the country is opening up again to allow people to enter, and as that succeeds, then tourists will be allowed in. This is the Moristan Shuk. We'll do this another day. We'll walk into the Moristan Shuk. There are restrooms there as well, and a different type of a market. Some of the same and some more Christian orientated for tourists who are visiting the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This road, the David Street, is one of the main roads from the Jaffa Gate. We're facing the Jaffa Gate now. This is one of the main roads from the Jaffa Gate towards the Western Wall and to the Temple Mount. We saw an entrance to the Temple Mount at the other end of the gate. And here you see all of these ramps between the steps. This whole flooring has all recently been redone. The ramps are wider, and typically the angle is more considerate to people who are pushing wheelchairs or on their own, but it really makes this whole street open for people with wheelchairs to get all the way down to the other side. And that is the objective, to open up all of the roads in the old city of Jerusalem, or most of them at least, to be accessible. Now this street, I love pointing out this street, St. Mark. This is a street. I'm not familiar with another place where the street is a staircase. St. Mark Street, or stairs going up. But that's too steep for a ramp to push a wheelchair up. But here the angle is gradual, going up, up, up. And we've almost reached our destination for today, which is the Jaffa Gate. We make names in Hebrew and English, and Hebrew. Hebrew.
אפשר לחזור?
Okay, so we started off at the western wall, and we are now at the Omar ibn Khattab Square, which is we have the Jaffa Gate in front of us. Bear with me for a few minutes more because I'm going to show you another restroom location.
I didn't see. Are we doing business? So
This restroom is not convenient for people who have difficulty with steps, because it is a climb up the stairs. But important for you to know about it. This is the Old City train, which is a tourist attraction. The train leaves from here, goes through the Armenian Quarter to the Western Wall, and then around the walls on the outside, around the walls to back to the Jaffa Gate. Here we see the sign to the toilet. Notice before the gate, to the right side upstairs, there's a men's and women's restroom. These are the stairs up to the restroom. They're also the stairs up to the entrance to the ramparts. The ramparts walk, which is the walk around the walls of the old city of Jerusalem. This closes at 4 p.m. And this is a map of the ramparts. You can get on Jaffa Gate and you can walk around the walls of the old city all the way to here, to the Lion's Gate. Or you can get off at the different stops on the way, at the New Gate, Damascus Gate, Herod's Gate, Shar Brachim, and Shar Arayot. Here is the restrooms. So it's a walk up the steps. And this is just inside the Jaffa Gate. See the Jaffa Gate in front of us. Now we're in the Jaffa Gate, and the restrooms are just in front of us, where the sign says Jaffa Gate Cafe. And you can see the yellow sign on the wall in front of us, and the arrow pointing to the ramparts walk. This is where the restrooms are. I don't think that someone is sleeping there. I think that that's covering something else. Maybe it's pitot. Now we are outside of the Jaffa Gate and see the modern city of Jerusalem all around us. Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this tour. We walked from the Western Wall to the Jaffa Gate. We are now outside of the Jaffa Gate. And we are now outside of the Jaffa Gate. had some boys who thought I was pointing the camera at them when I was actually pointing at me. So we're at the Jaffa Gate. I hope that you enjoyed this tour. Do subscribe and share it with your friends, and share your thoughts in the comment section. Be well.